the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, fuck the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. It's Bettis, and not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard
line. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. He's got Jack Doyle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Cunningham. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. With it is Brown. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And he winds up getting this all the way down to the Jags 11. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, it's Coleman. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And an alley to run. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Coleman now. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on, man.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
Like 80.
6 yards.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Ready up. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Go. Go. Up.
Here's Cunningham from the gun. Going for the deep ball. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180!
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Cunningham. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeForest Buckner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brings up 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Cunningham looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Now Brown. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 180!
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go. 180! Here we go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain it.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll toss it to Coleman. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Garoppolo. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Penny will try to punch it in. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Rashad Penny, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The run there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Cunningham. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, Cunningham. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Mike 56.
To throw on 2nd down, Cunningham. And his throw here's incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Finding some room at midfield. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 42.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he?
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Steps away to his left, and he's going to keep it here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. Now Cunningham trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Cunningham to throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 4 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
He's not going to get me. 11. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Garoppolo now. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. No, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yeah. You don't want none. Hey, watch that.
Operating from the gun. Cunningham. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
First down, 49ers.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny, and this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo, and across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
2nd and long. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Penny, a first down carry, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and it's third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
I remember a coach told me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the third quarter in Tampa. And it's the Bucs who have scored again to open up that lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Tackle. 56, Mike 56. Right there, 56.
On second down, here's Cunningham. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Brings up third down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw. Cunningham. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Taken in at the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Garoppolo, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Second and 5 now. Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 19. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. The open man is Clark, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 3. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 3 yards to go.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Looking to throw. Cunningham. Left side, Doyle with it. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Penny. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Right back to him on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On play action, now Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Brown. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They come out here in the eye. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Again, they'll run with Bettis. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. From the gun on 3rd down, Cunningham. This goes out right to Doyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. Completes it to Lee. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
At the 43-yard line.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
At the 21-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cunningham. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. A gain of 3, second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
I got it.
Again, it's Penny. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Penny. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. And again this time to the tailback.
The tackle made by Miles Jack. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action.